Skin tints are supposed to be amazing to wear in the hot, humid summertime weather. They promise a fresh, no makeup look that's dewy and fresh and skin-like. And that's wonderful, unless you happen to have mature, combo, oily skin and they end up sliding off your face or making you look greasy as a disco ball by lunch. I've done a couple of skin tint reviews lately that did not really work out for my mature, combo, oily skin. And if you have that skin type too, you know the struggle. Recently, someone asked me, "What's your favorite skin tint?" And I realized that I didn't actually know. I have several that I love and use regularly. In fact, 3 of the ones I'm using today, I've actually used up and repurchased. I love them so much. But then I got to thinking, if I could just keep one, which one would it be? So I decided to test them in a head-to-head bracket-style competition, side by side, on different days to see which of these 4 skin tints that range in price from $5.47 to $52 actually holds up best on my mature combo oily skin in the Midwest summer heat and humidity. And I was sure that I knew which one was going to win. And I was wrong. Think you can guess the winner? I'm wearing it on my face today. Pause the video and take a second and comment down below. I'll be impressed if you actually guess it. Other than the skin tints I used, I kept everything else on my face the same each day I did the testing so that I didn't introduce any weird variables. I first used a brush to apply the skin tint and then I blended with a damp beauty sponge. On day 1, I tested the Trinny London BFF Tinted Serum against the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream. So the first application, I put the Trinny London on the right side of my face. At $52 for 30 ml, the Trinny London BFF De-Stress Tinted Serum is the most expensive product that I will be testing in this video. It is a lightweight serum texture. It comes in 12 flexible shades that run from light to deep. I have the shade Jemima, which is a neutral vanilla. It gives low to medium coverage that is buildable, and it gives a radiant finish. Trinny London is cruelty-free. The BFF De-Stress Tinted Serum contains an exclusive NP Triox technology, which is supposed to defend and manage the appearance of stress on your skin. I don't really know what any of that means or how stress shows up on my skin, but it's supposed to fix it. It also contains hyaluronic acid for hydration. I do know what that is and what it does. So I just have a single light layer, and I think you can see that it does give light coverage. You can still see some of my dark spots through it. We're going to try and build it up, see how it does. It is not settling into pores and emphasizing that at all. So that's a win. Take just a little bit more right here in the middle of my cheek. Trini says that this is for normal to dry skin, so with my normal combo skin, I may be pushing the bounds of this one just a little bit, but I really do like how it looks on my skin. Okay, wow, that built on itself beautifully. I really can't see those dark spots anymore, but it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look any different than the other areas that I have it on where I didn't build it up, and you can see it does have a soft glow. I will be powdering. The other thing I'm really impressed with is how it's sitting in the folds of my nose. It isn't like gathered weird or emphasizing any large pores there. Pretty happy about that. Then I put shades 23 and 27 of the Missha BB Cream on the left side of my face. And I'm not sure why I stopped using it or why I forgot how good this is, but I need to get it back in my rotation. It was in my Out the Door in 24 last year. And so I think maybe I just got tired of it and wanted to move on to other things. But I'm bringing it back in now. The Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream has an SPF of 42 PA+++. It retails for $18, but you can often find it for less than that on Amazon. The shade 23 Natural Beige is a great winter shade for me, but in the summer I like to add a little bit of 27 Honey Beige to warm it up, just a little. The SPF included is a hybrid of zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, and octinoxate, so it is a chemical and mineral sunscreen mix. Thankfully, these are both very lightweight, and so the shades should be somewhat flexible. And hopefully you won't be able to tell that I have two completely different foundations on my face. We'll see. And I'm using a clean, different brush for this. Misha claims that this is skincare and makeup with an SPF. It claims medium to full coverage with a light finish. It brightens, evens, and soothes with rosemary leaf extract and chamomile flower extract. It also contains hyaluronic acid and ceramides. And they say that it is suitable for all skin types. All right, let's see how this one looks in the 10X. And yes, it is as good as I remember. The coverage, I think with one layer, I got a little bit more coverage than I got with one layer of the Trini. So I don't know that I need to build it up. And I don't think I look too different as far as the shades go. It is also laying really nicely on the side of my nose. In the last video I did, I said I didn't have a foundation that really did well on the side of my nose, but maybe I do. So here's how it looks with the Trini on the right side of my face and the Misha on the left. Overall, I'm really happy with how my makeup looks today. I do feel like the Trini is looking a little dry right here around my mouth. Let me come in close. Can you see? So we'll see how that settles out after it sits on my skin for a while. Another hour, my natural oils come through, that may be completely gone, or it might get worse. We'll just have to see. Looking at the Misha side reminds me how much I love this, why I've been through a couple of these, and makes me wonder why I haven't been using it this summer. It's 11:05 in the morning. I have a lot of things to do around the house. I need to run some errands in town, so I will be out in the heat and humidity. And then I have rehearsal tonight, and so I will be active in dancing for 2 or 3 hours. I probably won't do a midday check-in, but I will be back when I get home from rehearsal, and that should make for about a 9 or 10-hour wear test. So when I come back, we'll find out which one holds up better today. After a very long day, I came back for a check-in, and this is how that went. It's 9:30 at night, just got home from rehearsal. The Trini is actually looking a little dry right through here. I remember I thought it felt a little dry around this area of my mouth when I first put it on and wanted to wait and see if it got better. And it kind of did, and then it didn't again. But honestly, other than that, I think it looks really good. I don't feel like it's really worn off. It isn't overly dewy or shiny or greasy. And then this, I think, looks just fabulous. It's not settling in any of my fine lines. It's not creasing. It's not worn off. I just think that this has held up fantastic. And I have not touched my face since you saw me put this on 10 hours ago. I haven't blotted. I haven't powdered. I haven't done any setting spray. Absolutely nothing. And this is what I expect my face to look like after a 10-hour day. Even if I've been out in the heat and at a 3-hour dance rehearsal and gotten a little sweaty, it just needs to last. And these two did. One of the best things that this test has done for me is helped me to realize that I am actually not crazy. When I got done testing these two skin tints and they were so bad on my skin, I started thinking, well, maybe they just all look that way and I don't realize it. But I'm happy to say that that is not the case. I do have skin tints that look much better on my skin and last much better on my skin. And so if you have combo oily skin and you struggle to find a product that works for you, don't give up because they're out there. And so the winner of day one was the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream, primarily because of that dryness that I mentioned about the Trini around my mouth. Didn't have any of that issue with the Misha. And with the Trini claiming to be hydrating and my tendency towards an oily complexion, I was very surprised that it made me look that dry. And so I'm not sure what it would do on actual dry skin, but I'm not thinking it would be good. Moving into day two, we have the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator up against the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint with Vitamin C. Already know I love both of these. I've already repurchased both of these. I've also repurchased the Misha, by the way. So let's get into it and find out which one wins. I put the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator on the right side of my face. The Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator is $5.47 on Amazon. It comes in 8 shades from porcelain to deep, and I have it in the shade light medium. As you can see here, it provides a semi-matte or satin finish and gives pretty good coverage. I didn't do this on the first day, but I thought maybe it would be helpful for you to see my skin with no makeup on at all. The tinted hydrator is vegan and cruelty-free. It contains hyaluronic acid and squalene to be hydrating, but I haven't found it to be overly hydrating, dewy, or glowy. It gives lightweight, sheer to medium coverage, and it is buildable. On the left side, I used the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. The Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint is $13.98 on Amazon. This one has the thinnest consistency of those I tested. It comes in 18 shades and has the best shade range of the 4 skin tints that I tested. They are divided into cool, neutral, and warm undertones, and I have it in the shade 112 Light with neutral undertones. It is vegan and suitable for all skin types. The formula contains vitamin C to help brighten your skin. Maybelline says that it gives a natural look that lasts all day. It gives a skin-like, natural, radiant finish, but to me it looks a little more satin than actual radiant or glowy. Here you can see the two on my face. I feel like the Wet n Wild has a lighter coverage and more skin-like finish, while the Maybelline gives a little more coverage, but I can see that I have makeup on a little more than I can with the Wet n Wild. So it just depends really what you're going for, if you want a more skin-like finish or you want more coverage. And then I came back after a very busy day for the 9-hour check-in. 9 hours in, and both of these still look pretty darned amazing. I am looking just a little bit dewy through the T-zone, but it doesn't feel greasy. It all still feels set. So I don't mind just a little bit of glow, as long as it's not over the top. I feel like they've both worn really well. I was at my mother-in-law's for most of the day today, and she lives in an old farmhouse, and the air conditioning doesn't work very well. So it's about 84 degrees in there all day, a lot of people, and so it was hot. It was humid. I was sweating. But the makeup did great. I feel like the blush and bronzer is still in place, which means that the foundation underneath of it is still in place. I feel like I have just a little bit of settling on the Maybelline side, and I have just the tiniest little, I have to look in my 10x mirror to see it, polka dotting of pores over here, and it's worn off more on this side of my nose than it is on this side of my nose. So they are so close. If you were not looking at me in a 10x mirror, you would not be able to see the difference in these two sides. Let me know, can you see a difference, and which one do you think looks better? And so today was the day that completely shocked me, because I honestly thought that this one was going to win. But when I look at these at the 9-hour check-in side by side, they are so close. If I did not have one on one side of my face and one on the other, and I did this like one day and then the next, I would have thought that they were identical. However, if you look closely, I think you can see that the Wet n Wild side is just a little smoother, a little more blurred, a little less worn off. It's subtle. Like I said, I would not be able to tell if I didn't have them side by side, but there is a difference. And so I'm going to have to give this one to the Wet n Wild. And that shocked me. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, hi, I'm Tina, and I am very glad that you're here. If this is content that you enjoy and you would like to make sure that you see more of it, then please hit that subscribe button and then click on the notification bell and set your notifications to all so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And so then the way these bracket things work, you take the winner from day 1, the winner from day 2, and you put them head to head. And so that's what I did on day 3. And this time I put the Misha on the right and the Wet n Wild on the left. And so just like on the first 2 days, I dabbed it on with my fingers first, blended with a brush, and then did a final blend with the beauty sponge. And for both of them, I did build lightly through my cheeks and around my nose. And again, I think both sides looked amazing. Smooth, fresh, just a little bit of radiance, but not a glow. And I was ready to face the day. So this is my final makeup with the Misha BB cream on the right-hand side of my face and the Wet n Wild tinted hydrator on the left side of my face. I finished this makeup at about 11:30, so I'm going to try to get a 9-hour wear test in. I have a lot to do around the house, and then I also have my jazz class this evening, and so I'll check in after that. And so how did they hold up after a long day? Let's let Tina from the past tell you how it went. It's been 9 hours. Remember, I had the Misha BB cream on this side and the Wet n Wild skin tint on this side. And I looked in my 10x mirror, and honestly, I am having a really hard time telling much of a difference in how these have worn and how they look after 9 hours. So coming up with a winner is going to be tough. I mean, honestly, if I didn't know that I had 2 different skin tints on my face, I wouldn't know that I had 2 different skin tints on my face because they look so similar. Now, I have had a day. I am putting together an office space for myself, so I put together a standing desk and a chair, and the room I was in was kind of warm and I got a little sweaty, and so that happened. And then I went to my jazz class. It's 45 minutes, and needless to say, I got a little sweaty again. So I think with that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with both of these, but I'm not going to give you the answer. Let me kick it back to future Tina for her final thoughts. So when I started this test, I didn't know what my favorite skin tint was, but now I do. These are both fantastic products. They held up great. I can only have one winner, and I'm going to give it to the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. What pushes this one over the top is the fact that it's less expensive, almost 3 times as much less expensive, and the shade range does include an option for those who have a deeper skin tone. The shade range is still not great, but at least it goes from porcelain to deep, unlike this one that only goes from porcelain to medium. And while I didn't tell you that I was going to rank these at the end, I actually think I'm going to. So the one that I'm going to give second place to is the one that I thought was going to take the top spot, and that is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. It just didn't look as smooth at the end of the day as the Tinted Hydrator did. In third place, the Misha BB Cream, and sliding into fourth place, still a good product, I'll still continue to use it, is the Trini London. This was a gift from my friend Cindy over at Beyond 50 Skin, and I thank her for sending it to me. So how about you? Do you use any of these? Is your skin type similar to mine? How do they work for you? And if you guessed at the beginning, did you guess right? And do you agree with my ranking? I like that now when someone asks, what's my favorite skin tint? I can actually tell them with confidence. The Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. If you've got a little more time to hang out, I will put a playlist of foundation reviews down in the description, and I'll let YouTube suggest a video that you might enjoy right there. Stay confident, stay curious, stay you. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.